much for me. Do you think that she's aggressive or just reactive or both, or do you not know?
We don't feel she's aggressive. She just seems to be extremely reactive. That when she gets to meet a dog, she's actually fine.
Okay. Now what about with people?
She's good with people. She loves to meet everybody.
Normally I would say just walk around, but she's just gonna continue to be reactive. This is a 280C, so this is a e-collar. So this has a vibrate setting on it. So I'm gonna use this for the reaction, just because we're not gonna be able to talk. And so I wanna just immediately get right into work. All I'm gonna do is use the vibrate when she barks, just to deter her from barking so we can get her to be non-reactive. Because obviously that's what she is she's reactive. So we'll see how she does with this. And this is just gonna make a little bit of noise when I use it so you guys know when I'm using it, because timing is pretty crucial. Okay, calm down. Everyone knows you're here, huh? There's two different types of e-collar training that I like to talk about, and two big ones anyway. And the first one is intervention, which is what we're doing here, which is basically just like coming down hard and fast with just the vibrate. And the vibrate is just one function on the e-collar. And then there's the stimulation, which is just e-collar training with conditioning, off-leash behaviors and things like that. We're basically doing a shortcut here. We're just, you know, really just getting in there and discouraging behaviors pretty quickly. So like basically what she does is she peaks. She gets stimulated, and some dogs do that out of frustration, some dogs do it out of stimulation. So they get either really excited and they vocalize and then they come back down, which is what she's doing. My goal is to sustainably be able to tell her to leave it and for her to come off a lot quicker. Leave it. So that was the e-collar there. You guys heard the sound box. The vibrate is much like your cell phone. What it does is she gets into this behavior, she goes, I gotta, and then I come in there and basically snap her out of it and she stops. The two big things is control and then making sure that we're able to correct the behavior when it happens. You know, she's kind of in front of you, she's pulling, she's all over the place. So we definitely need to tune that up too. Good job, baby. Good. Oh. What is her obedience like right now? Tell me what she does well with. And
she does well with sit, down. Come is, she's a little slow when she does come eventually, but
there's not going to be any point of me saying, well, we'll just correct her for reacting, but she's still out of control on the leash anyway, so we got to make that better too. So we're going to just all together make her more obedient, listen better, limit the reactivity. So this is a plastic pinch. We'll start with this just because she's too strong for this. She's gonna pull you around with that. First thing I wanna do is just go over thresholds. I'll take the leash and I'll show you how to do it once and then I'll have you do it. Thresholds are gonna be areas that she wants to bolt through. Roxy, sit. So see how she gets up? So I just give her a little pressure. I open the gate, she's like, hey, I'm gonna run out because this is what we do. And all I say is like, nope, wait for me, it's gotta be on my cue. It's good for obedience, but on a bigger picture, she's listening to you. That's the most important thing, okay? Roxy, stay. So now I go through this threshold and she's like, man, I really wanna be on the other side as well. Roxy, break, good girl. I get right into threshold stuff if a dog's general leash pressure looks good, which it does. So that's what we're doing here. And then I would even enforce this. Yes, good stay. There. Roxy, break, good girl. In your head, you're like, what does this threshold have anything to do with reactivity? The reactivity is also stemming from lack of control. She comes in like a bat out of hell and she's like, I'm here, and she's dragging you through. Very rarely do dogs calmly walk and react. Imagine, right? Where she's like, she's ferociously barking in slow motion. That doesn't happen. Externally, we're seeing the reaction, which is actually the easier part to discourage. But the harder part to get rid of or modify or to discourage is the reason why it's happening. And so the reason why it's happening is because of lack of control. So as dogs are walking around, we're gonna be just using the quick, and then we're also gonna be working on control. You're done? Are you done? Where's the girl? Oh. There she is. Roxy, heel. You can go out this door, Maddie, if you want. Leave it. Heel. Yes. Yes. Good girl. So she gets, oh, there's a dog and they're moving, and she gets buildy. I say, leave it. She discourages. I pay her.
Yeah,
Makes
I
sense?
like that. So it's always coupled with a command.
Correct.
So once the
it's
collar's gone,
you got
the
it.
command takes care of it.
So now all we want you to do is I'm gonna get a fake dog out, and I want you to practice on your heel and possibly some sits and things like that, but just work on your leash control.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be using the e-collar.
Okay. Sit.
So use your leash, pressure up. Good.
Good girl.
Now turn and say heel.
Heel.
Nice and relaxed on that leash. There you go. Well done.
Sit.
Good sit.
Sit. Good.
Now just do a little body blocking. Just stand right in front of her. What I like to do with like excited dogs who get reactive is when she's, you know, she gets very, and so if you just step in front of her, okay, right, she'll calm down a little bit. And then you can use your leash a little bit. So let me show you. Hey, leave it. Good, leave it. Now here's where you can use like your positive reinforcement, where you take your treat, and as I'm walking by, we're gonna pay her if she does really good. I want you to work on just your leash pressure, and I won't use the remote. So if she starts to build, like that first sign of huge reaction is that, and all you're doing, hey, leave it. And basically she's like, and you're just, hey,
Yeah.
chill. Okay, so all you do is pop that leash and we'll see how she does, but make sure you say leave it when you use the leash.
Okay.
Okay? And you can tell her good heel if she's doing well.
Girl. Leave it.
And
Leave it.
good. Now turn and go the other way. Now as I pass by here,
Leave it.
good, and that's a good decision. She still wants to do it, but she's not.
Yeah.
And sometimes in the dog training industry, or just in general, suppression is looked at as bad, and I don't think that at all. I think she's always gonna wanna be, oh, I'm really excited to see this dog, but she's making a decision to be obedient and mind, and I think that it would be unrealistic for us to completely say, never care about dogs. That's not gonna happen. But for her to go, okay, I'll behave. That's suppression, and I'm cool with that. And then back this way. Good, and then stop and sit.
Sit.
Perfect.
Good girl.
And really what it comes down to for all of the people who do our out-of-state program is we find a solution pretty quick. And we're like, okay, this is what's gonna work. And then we incrementally practice the external stuff. Hello?
Leave it.
Really? So what I wanna do really quick is we just had a crazy board and train just come in, as you guys saw. I personally want to take advantage of that and go work on the reactivity because our obedience looks pretty good. There's some things we're going to tune up, but that's an opportunity I want to go take advantage of. So I'm going to heel her around just to tune her up, and then I'm going to go outside and I'm going to work on the reactivity. And I'm going to be using the e-collar to help kind of grind out some of these things. Leave it. So I just used the collar there for that first reaction. So obviously lots of distraction here. Sit. Sit. Yes. Good. Heel. Heel. Good. Heel. Yes. Sit. She is one of the more reactive dogs we've seen in a while as far as vocalization goes. Maybe that one takes the cake. Sit.
Yeah.
But for her to do this with the other dog in your car barking and that dog, heel. But you see how nice it works, right? Like quick, and it's wireless, and it eliminates error from you with the handling.
Right.
Do you want to try it?
Sure.
I'll use the e-collar for you.
Yeah.
But I want you to just feel comfortable going that way, and we'll do it one more time without making these guys feel terrible. But they're here for board and train, so that's why they're here.
Sit. 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 Leave it.
So tell her to leave it.
Good girl. Good leave it.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Good, and just move her forward. Good. That's like an insane distraction. Probably the worst, but the best for us we can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Habitual ruff, 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 coming right at us.
Yeah.
For her to walk into the room and smell dogs and lose it yesterday to coming here to the second session, and again, I want to explain what's happening is she builds, I'm discouraging the build and almost redirecting her in a way. It's like if you were like, oh my God, what is that? And somebody goes, hey, and you're like, oh, what? And you just, hey, come over here. The vibrate comes in and it kind of alarms her where she loses her focus and it discourages that build. Yeah. But it's paired with leave it. So sustainably, when you say leave it and then enforced with the pager, it means something. What do you think of that?
Amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
It's nice to see how quick she snaps out of it, really. Sit. Sit. Leave it.
When you see her start to load, come out, heel. Good heel. Remind her, I said heel, remember?
Yeah.
So let her know. Use your obedience to counter the reactivity. She's getting stressed over something she shouldn't be stressed. It's not coming from like an aggressive place, but it is stressful for her to think like that. Yeah. And then she reacts, and then she gets the other dog going, and it's this whole thing. So what you want to do is really just pop that collar, use that, and just kind of go through the process and see what works best. So release your pressure. Just be nice and relaxed. And I know it's difficult because you're so used to her reacting. Yeah. And you're so anticipating her reacting. If you're nice and relaxed with her and you're just maneuvering her through, she's not gonna react. She is avoiding Lakota at all costs. I'm okay with her avoiding the dog because she wants to make a better decision, or maybe she doesn't want to get punished, or what. I don't care. It's making your quality of life and her quality of life better. You can bring your dog places. She doesn't have to think like, oh, there's somebody, like, no, just this is what we want around another dog. Yes. All right, I'm gonna help you help her. And I wanna show you what that looks like. Come. Good. Sit. It's hard for her to get close to another dog and not, yes. Good girl. Not react. Good. Roxy, come. Good. Sit. So I'm countering with obedience to do my ultimate goal, which is get next to another dog. So she's never been this close to another dog and, you know, really understood what she needs to be doing.
Yep.
And just nice and relaxed.
Sit.
Good. Left.
Leave it.
Stay. Good. Body block. Good. Left. Yep. So I'm just gonna let her be for a second. Good. And we're just gonna watch her behavior and see what she wants to do. Like I said, she's very reactive, and so I just wanna watch her behavior. I'm not gonna, it's training, but I'm not gonna ask her to do anything. Yes. Good. Good touch. So watch. Yes, good decision. Good, and you pay her for that, right? So this is like normalizing calmness, modifying a behavior, operant conditioning, positive reinforcement. You did good, you're doing good, you're doing good, this is 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 good. And the moment she decides to react, bang, all the pressure turns on, all the positivity goes away, to make it extraordinarily binary and clear for her and provide that clarity of like, that is not okay. This dog is not even looking at you. What are you doing? It'd be different if we had a yip yapper on a flexi barking at her. It's expected. You would just avoid and walk away. Yes. Okay, hold it right there, just nice and relaxed. See her sniffing? So her sniffing is trying to get you, she's trying to inquire, right? She's actually, hey, who are you anyway? Yeah. The point is correcting her for the behavior has given her an opportunity to then be inquisitive of another dog instead of react. So that's what we wanted to do, is hey, why don't you just try to get to know the dog instead of just losing your ever-loving mind. Good, that's good. And really just layering in that, yeah, good girl. Nice job, Rox.
That's great.
Feel good about it?
Yeah.
Me too. We knew that we know that this is what she is. We've known that from day one. And there's a big difference between a reactive dog and a dog that has intentions, you know. She just didn't know what else to do, and you didn't have the tools and the skills necessary to handle her at that time and meet her halfway. Good job. That's a good girl. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, the B-rub. Oh.